And I understand the narrative right now is, oh, Mac Jones is the best quarterback from the draft class, and that's fine and dandy. I understand that. His numbers look the best. He was put in the best situation, with the best coach, with the best team around him, and they're not really asking him to do a whole lot. It was a lot of checkdowns, and I think if Wilson doesn't throw the 4 picks, like, he got bailed out a couple of times. There should have been a sure fumble, and then another time it looked like he was going to fumble again and went to his teammate, and then they ran for some yardage. Like, he got lucked out a couple of times. He made a nice throw on the sideline to I forget who, but it's not like the Patriots offense was dominant. They weren't. They didn't do too much. And my last part on the, I guess we'll do one more positive overall, is CJ Mosley, man. Oof. Guy's coming to play. I love it. He brings energy going sideline to sideline. I think he had 10 tackles in the game. CJ Mosley being as good right now is a huge sign for this defense. He's been really, really, really good and helped mitigate some of those issues that you have at the linebacker position because they don't have a ton of depth there, but they're playing really well. So that I'm excited about. But the bad, Zach Wilson, just not good. There's no sugarcoating it. He had 4 picks. Maybe one of the Corey Davis ones should have been caught. Fine. But there's just a lot of bad decisions there. And you know what? It happens. It sucks. These games are terrible because you lose. The Jets pretty much lost in large part due to Zach Wilson. He was the main reason why they lost. Not the only reason, but the main reason why they lost. That's what happens with rookie quarterbacks. And if you look around the league, young quarterbacks in general this week struggled. Trevor Lawrence did not have a good game. He threw for 118 yards, 2 picks. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is a bust. I don't think Jacksonville made a mistake taking him number 1 overall. I don't. Joe Burrow, 3 interceptions this past week. Do I think the Cincinnati Bengals made a mistake with Joe Burrow? Do I think he's a bum quarterback? Also no. Justin Fields got some action finally for the Bears as Andy Dalton went down. He threw one of the worst interceptions I've ever seen. He went 5-12. Do I think he's a bust? No, I don't. And because Zach Wilson had a 4-pick game, do I think it's over? No. The amount of overreaction from this one game is a bit much. And it's frustrating, especially when you're sitting there. The stupidity that is said in the stands. I don't know how people go to Jet games on a consistent basis. That's a once-a-year thing for me. I can't do that 8-9 times if you count the preseason times a year. God almighty, what a miserable experience of actually being in the stadium, watching slop, hearing slop from most people. Luckily, I was sitting next to Green Bean. Me and my girlfriend sat next to Green Bean for the game, and that was amazing to hang and talk New York Jets football with him. But just the idiotic things that fans come up with is just bizarre. Very, very bizarre. And then the drive home. 4 hours to get back to Long Island. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So Wilson, not a good performance. And LaFleur was a little bit better. Was really not good in the red zone. My biggest thing was running the ball 3 times inside the 10-yard line. I know you're trying to, quote-unquote, protect your young quarterback, but you're going so conservative that you end up settling for a field goal, and then you put yourself in a worse spot later because the defense could pin their ears back and go after them because they know you have to pass because now you're down even more once they go down the field and score again because you kicked the field goal because you weren't aggressive enough. Play calling was not good. And that also doesn't mean that I'm giving up on LaFleur. Like, has he been good through 2 games? No. But there's going to be ups and downs with this young team. I'm not completely out on this team. Not yet. I don't think it's going to be another 2-14 season. I really don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in, 17 weeks from now, we're talking about how the Jets went 2-15. It was an unmitigated disaster. I don't buy that. I thought they looked a lot better in a lot of ways this past week.